This is the San Diego Spotlight, where we shine the light on business leaders around San Diego County. I'm your host, Elizabeth Story, bringing you the inside story. I'm here with Gregg Cantor from Lampert Design, Build, and Remodel. They're located right here in Mission Valley. You can check them out online at murraylampert.com. And they also have some really interesting information on their blog at homeremodelingbootcamp.com. And one of those things that we're going to talk about also is some green incentives. Can you tell us what kind of green incentives and programs you have going?
Well, there's a lot of energy programs through Cal Green for windows, roof, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, like water-saving fixtures, and that's required now by law anyways, but there's incentives on the energy side of things where people can get a little bit of money back when they're remodeling. Also, the water district has some incentives. I know if you take natural turf out and put in artificial turf, it's about a $3 square foot credit back you get.
Oh, wow. And see, I know a lot of people probably don't know that, and I hear people say all the time, oh, that artificial turf is so expensive. They probably have no idea that there's these incentives.
Can subsidize some of it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
To help reduce the
The
cost.
other thing is there's a program out now. It's called the Hero Program. It's heroprogram.com, and it's a very unique financing program it's all built around energy saving and water saving. And you can do 5, 10, 15, 20-year loan. Goes on your property taxes. It adds, it does add to your property taxes, but it's not a huge amount, and it depends on the loan amount as well. And it's also a write-off at the end of the year.
Oh my gosh, I am looking that up as soon as I leave this studio. It's called the Hero Program?
Heroprogram.com.
Okay, that's very exciting. And I want to go back to, for example, you talked about windows. They used to say in San Diego, oh, well, you hardly need air conditioning. Well, that's for the birds. We're in a heat wave. It is humid. It is uncomfortable. It was 85 degrees in my child's room the other night when we were sleeping because our house was built in 1975. So stuff like that, that's huge for homeowners.
Oh, it is huge. And windows is just a start, but we're building much better now, and it's a good thing. The only bad side is it does increase costs a little bit, but having good quality windows, good glazing, tight buildings that are insulated and lath really well, that just helps on so that your air conditioning or your heater doesn't have to work as hard to condition the space.
And that's great, and you're right, you hit the nail on the head. Homes are built much better now, but a lot of these older homes, and especially in California with our moderate climate, they were built a little bit sloppy. They had, big holes for, a 1-inch pipe
Right.
or a 1-inch wire.
That's a total no-no now. You can't have any gaps or holes. That has to be all sealed.
And that's good.
That's
because
really good.
Even for people who have air conditioning, they probably have no idea that they're losing a lot of that air conditioning right out of their walls. And so even sometimes going back and retrofitting some of those things.
Retrofitting, and there's duct testing to help, because you'd be surprised how much leakage there are in ducts because of the way they were done in those days. They were not, they used tape that didn't hold up. And that's a really easy fix.
Right. And you do that also?
Well, that would be part of a global remodel, yes. But
okay.
A heating and air company can do that too.
Yeah.
And there's some really efficient systems out there that are like 95% of efficiency rating. So it sometimes makes sense if you have an old heating and air system to replace it, because long term you're going to save money.
Exactly. And you'll be more comfortable. It's a win-win for everyone, right? So again, check out those programs online, or you can get some more information on his blog at homeremodelingbootcamp.com, or go check it out at murraylampert.com if you want to get some information about the Hero Program and some of those other incentives. Now, I want to remind our listeners, we talked about it a little bit before the break, but there will be a home on tour on October 25th from 9 to 5 in Bankers Hill, where you can see some of Murray Lampert's work. Now, tell us again what you did with that house.
Well, this is a historical home, Mills Act home, that had a very small kitchen, and we went in and expanded the kitchen and completely remodeled it from top to bottom. And we're really excited about being part of this ASID tour of 6 or 7 homes. And our interior designer will be there too, but she's the one that, picked all the finishes with the homeowner. Her name is Kelly.
Okay, and she's on staff there, or a longtime partner?
Yes.
Okay, and again, that's October 25th from 9 to 5. and you can get more information online. Now I want to switch gears a little bit. You also are out in the community doing some charity work. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those incentives?
Well, we've always been a big community partner we did a lot of stuff with San Diego Unified School District, Make-A-Wish, and now we're sponsoring a walk for Susan B. Komen. It's the Debbie Burton Walk. It is on the 12th of October at Lake Murray. I posted the information on our Facebook page, or you can just go to susanbcomen.com, Debbie Burton.
Okay. And also for their Facebook page, that's Murray Lampert DBR, or you can also find him on Twitter at Murray Lampert, very out there in the community. Now, for those who can count and were paying attention, we never got through my list of 10 questions.
Okay.
Do you want to know what the rest of them were?
Sure.
All right, let's go back. So, how will I be able to reach you after hours if there's an emergency or a concern, or if I have a question?
Well, we give out our project managers' cell phone numbers so they could be reached, either called, text, or emailed at any time, or call our office at any time, and it'll get relayed to whoever needs to take care of the issue.
Do you get many after-hours calls?
Not really.
Not really, because you're probably on top of things. Nobody's calling you in the middle of the night saying, "Hey, my pipe burst."
No, I mean that's all about communication. If you communicate and we have systems in place so that we do the pre-construction and we keep jobs safe and secure, it doesn't really happen.
Okay. Now, how often do you generally meet with the homeowner during the process?
Well, during construction, our project managers probably see the homeowners several times a week. I always meet the homeowners when we start out in the design process, and then I usually see every job during the process of construction, and at the end I see every job, meet with the clients and see, make sure they're happy and try to learn and see. My motto is, we try really hard, but I always feel like we can do better. Even if we get an A+, we can still try harder, and we might find something that we could do a little bit better.
Did you hear that? He's an overachiever. He's the BBB Vice Chairman for 2014 and still looking for ways to be better. Come on, this is wonderful. Now, my last question, my top 10 question, what kind of documentation will I receive when the project is done? And I really want to elaborate, because this kind of goes back to all the lien releases and things like that. What do you do to document the project?
We have a packet that we give out when the job's done, and that includes the original approved set of plans, any warranty paperwork from like the window manufacturers or any of the products that go in, and our warranty, which is 5 years on workmanship, unheard of in the industry.
I was just going to say, I'm sorry, you have a warranty? Did I hear that right?
So, by law, it has to be 1 year on workmanship. Structural and water intrusion has to be 10 years. That's just a universal law. But our workmanship's warranted for 5 years. And even after that, I've had people call us in 10 years, and we've still provided service.
What is one of the things that usually ends up kind of needing a little service after the fact?
It's usually little things like maybe the faucet has a problem from the manufacturer, and a lot of the faucets now have a lifetime warranty, so the clients, they get a new faucet from, let's say, Moen or whoever it may be, and then we send someone out to replace the new faucet.
Is that hard to do anymore? Like if it's kind of embedded into the counter, is it tricky to take those in and out?
It just depends. Some of the European type faucets are more difficult. The domestic ones a lot of times are just a cartridge that you have to replace, and it's very easy.
And then something else that's kind of going away, dishwashers I guess don't need those drain things at the top anymore.
They do. I know there's ones that don't require that. It's called an air gap.
Air gap,
but
yeah.
It's still typically in most kitchens we use the air gap.
And then I bet you're finding air switches are really popular
Air switches
now.
all the time, yes.
Can you tell people what that is? Maybe they don't know.
It's just a button, and it doesn't even have electricity in it. It's
It
on your
doesn't?
countertop, and you push the button, and it pushes air through the line, and it actuates the garbage disposal.
I
So you
had no
cannot
idea.
you cannot get shocked from pushing that button because there's no electricity that passes through it.
See, I had no idea because I have one and I absolutely love it because you're washing dishes, your hands are soapy and wet, and you don't want to reach all the way across
Right.
the counter onto the light switch and turn it on. And I always thought too, and it's kind of funny that you bring it up, I'll touch it and I'll get water all over it. And I think, oh God, someday I'm going to shock myself with this air switch.
Totally safe.
See, and I bet that's one of those like little things that people just have no clue about.
Right.
All these new initiatives in construction are so great. And then another thing you said, you talked about the documentation. Sometimes when people are getting ready to sell their home, I bet they'd like to brag about, what kind of floor is this? What kind of tile is this? But they probably don't have very much documentation on a lot of those things because maybe they just never thought to get it.
Well, we have everything. We scan everything. I mean, our scope of work, we call them the specifications, has a lot of detail. But there's some products that are chosen in the middle that, come from our trade partners, and we just get that documentation for our homeowners.
And that's excellent. So, I mean, as someone who's always do your remodeling, do your designing for yourself and to enjoy it. But also it's nice to know that down the road when it comes time to sell, you will be able to tell those people who want to buy your house, oh, look at this beautiful packet of information. I
Right.
can tell you where everything's from, who put it in, the quality of the workmanship. Maybe they do want to sell before those 5 years are up. They've got that guarantee. I mean, that's incredible value that you're bringing to homeowners.
Well, the other thing that's nice too is because everything is electronic, our plans are all computerized, we have those files and we keep those files. Sometimes people want a copy of the electronic plan files. It comes in handy for, if they're going to do new flooring or something else down the line, to have that is really valuable.
Absolutely, 100%. I know anybody buying a house will be interested in that. Are there any projects that you've seen decrease over the years?
As far as the value,
No, the demand for them.
well, not really specific projects, but I'll tell you one thing is that bathtubs are pretty much, out of 10 jobs we do, maybe 1 or 2 have bathtubs. Most of the time we're taking tubs out and putting in walk-in showers.
Yeah, because usually people only want one bathtub in the house, and that's usually if they have small children.
Right,
and other
exactly.
Than that, yeah.
And then there's a lot of aging in place that we're
Right.
helping with, and so the tubs being taken out with a stall shower with no lip, with grab bars, and
Yeah.
set up for someone so that they can, be in their home for the duration.
And keep it safe.
Keep it safe, yes.
All right, well, this is Gregg Cantor here from Murray Lampert Design, Build, and Remodel. Can you say that 5 times fast?
I know it's a lot of words.
It really captures the essence of what you do. You can check them out online at murraylampert.com. Give them a call at 619-285-9222. And stick around. Next week, we are going to be here with OGs, and we're going to talk about why they are the pizza provider for so many major sports teams. I'm Elizabeth Story here with the Inside Story.